Hello, everyone.
So this is the Board of Health meeting, Thursday, March 7th, in the Land Use Room, 6 p.m. Present at the meeting is Sue Braska.
Tom Hibbert, Health Director.
McKinsey or Terry, are you on?
Terry
Mackenzie Kane.
Oh, hi, Mackenzie. Hi, Tom. Hi, Sue. Terry Putnam.
Also, we have Meredith O'Leary from the Tobacco Coalition with us. Welcome, Meredith. Can you hear us?
No, I don't think it's on.
No? Okay, and we have Tricia said hello, our nurse. Hi, Tricia.
Good evening.
Who else
And
do-
then we have JJ Prusak.
Okay. Okay.
Can
so-
you introduce yourself?
Hi, yep. Hi, I work for the Board of Health in Northampton, but I'm a tobacco control officer.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Great.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And also we have I think that's Donna, but the display name is Breeze.
Yes, hi, I'm Donna Bowman. I'm a Pioneer Valley Tobacco Coalition.
Welcome, Donna.
Thank you.
So the meeting started at 6 p.m. I said that. Okay, so we call to order. I know Donna and JJ are with the coalition, but I don't know if any public comment or anything. I guess there's no public comment, period. So our minutes, Mackenzie and Terry, we have the February 1st minutes, which have been revised and sent to you. We don't have the February 17th minutes yet. I wrote them. I typed them up. I sent them to Tom because I wanted him to make sure that we got everything right before we voted on them. So does someone want to make is there any additions or anything that anybody wants to give to the February 1st minutes?
No,
Okay, does someone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the February 1st minutes.
and I second.
All in favor?
Mackenzie Kane,
Putnam.
yes.
Aye.
Gary Putnam, yes. Sue Brass. Okay, so those passed. Now we have Tricia,
Yes.
your report.
Hello.
Hi.
So, as you could tell, we were pretty busy with influenza cases last month. It has finally started to slow down. I gave you some national statistics too. And it shows COVID actually went down, thankfully, because that was also, we were seeing a lot of cases. Stomach bug, norovirus is on the rise. So now we're getting some noro cases, but that's nationwide. That's all over the place. And I also gave you some food recalls because there's quite a bit. And they seem to all come from the same area, Trader Joe's, and different things from that brand. I did share them with the town employees so they would be aware as well, and they appreciate getting that. Just been busy with doing meetings. DPH has had several. They had a meeting on February 22nd regarding tuberculosis in the migrant population that we're seeing. Knock on wood, we haven't had any cases yet, and I'm hoping it stays that way. But we were made aware of Great Barrington had about 30 families that they received. So the nurse there has had to do her share of work with that and getting them into the immunization database that the state has so that these children can get to school. So,
Terry McKenzie, did you get the report? Did you get Tricia's report?
I don't have it. I was just looking back through. In it, I've been on vacation, but I'm sitting here with my email, so might be hung up somewhere, Trish.
okay.
I don't have it.
You don't have it either?
Okay. Yeah, we've had a change in staff here, so I will forward that along to you guys. I think that I might have dropped the ball on that one. But yeah, I will after the meeting I will send that out to both of you.
Sounds like you've been busy, Trish. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Terry.
All right, sorry, continue.
I I think that's all I have, really.
So I think we decided at the last meeting that Tricia would report on Southwick, Towland, Granville. But, Mary Ann, since she's the other towns, doesn't need to come to our meetings. She needs to go to her town meetings. Do you remember, we talked about that? Yes, okay.
Yes.
So does anyone have any questions for Tricia? Obviously, you don't have the reports, but we'll get them to you.
I guess my question is, Tricia, does Mary Ann let you know if there's anything trending in her towns that would impact us?
Yeah, because of course, her being new, she's been relying on me, for advice, but she's been seeing noro and influenza, but nothing more than what Southwick is seeing for sure. So,
Okay, thank you.
okay, yep, thank you.
Okay, do we have anything else for Tricia? No, I think we're all set.
That's it.
Okay,
Okay,
we do have a public hearing scheduled at 6:30 for a tobacco violation for Southwick Food Mart. So we actually have to wait till 6:30, so we can jump ahead. And talk about renewal update. We no longer have Megan Lightcap working with us. She's no longer working for the town, so we don't have a secretary. So I'll write up the minutes for this. And then Tom will do whatever
Yep.
work he has to do that she did in
Yep.
the office. So do you have anything about the
Yeah,
renewals?
Yeah, for renewals, there are, I think 2 or 3 places that I've got to review kind of through some of Megan's work and see exactly what we were waiting for. There was just a couple restaurants that we were waiting for their choke saver certification. They had renewals that they had to do. So I got to follow up on those and make sure that those establishments have all of their licenses that they need. But we did get, everyone's paid, everyone got, it's turned in at least something to us. You can come on at the Board of Health meeting. Yep. So we're just doing our routine meeting right now, and then in about 20 minutes we'll start the actual hearing.
Yeah, we have to have it at 6:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then with the frozen dessert renewals, those went out and we got them back for McDonald's in the Summer House. So those are both renewed. And then Moolicious isn't open right now, so they didn't turn theirs in yet, but that's as long as they do it before they open up for the season, then they're good to go. So that I will hopefully in the next month track down all of that straggling paperwork with a few last remaining establishments and hopefully get all those done. But that's all I have for that.
Okay. How about, any discussion, any questions you need to ask, Tom? No? Okay. On the budget.
The budget. So we had one change with the budget. I went to renew a membership for MHOA, and we don't have a dues line in our budget. We just have education, conference, and travel.
That's what we take it out of.
Yeah, so accounting requested that, they said for the membership renewals for my license that we add a line. So I figured out what I spend in a year, and there will just be one more account on our operations budget. It won't change.
And you just took.
I just
money,
yeah,
moved it
I
around.
just took 500 off of, or maybe it was even less than that, off of education, conference, and travel, put it to dues, and so that was the only change with the budget. And the budget hearing is on Saturday, March 23rd. I think we are on at 9:20. And you guys are all welcome to attend if you want, but I'm planning to attend to represent us. And they give us 15 minutes, I think, because we're asking for the e-permitting software. So I think they're gonna want to hear about that. So
Can you, or maybe, can you send a copy of
yeah,
what was
everything
finally
I submitted. Yep.
was finally submitted? So other than that, operations are the same, salaries they deal with.
Yep.
And you just have the new line for dues. So did, they already give us a number?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Education conference / what?
Travel was the
Travel
last part there.
/ dues.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they were adamant it should come out of a separate account. So no big deal.
Okay, this adopting the IMA for the Western Hampshire County Public Health District. You might want to give Terry and Mackenzie,
Yep. So the
what that's
IMA,
all about.
I sent it to you all earlier today. And this is a document for our public health excellence grant for with the nurses and everything else that we've been doing with Blandford, Russell, Tolland, Granville, and Montgomery. So this IMA basically will be the governance for our group. And it's required by DPH for the grant. So this was drafted by the attorneys for the Mass Association of Health Board. They helped us kind of fill in all the blanks and customize it to our needs. But for the most part, it's the standard agreement that they've used for every one of these groups across the state. So this we, as the lead agency for the grant, we will be the first ones to sign it. Last week, I think it was last week, I went to the select board meeting because the select board and the Board of Health have to sign it. So I went to the select board and they voted to accept it and to sign it. So after, I still have to, it's still kind of like watermarked and have to put in some dates, but so after our meeting tonight, if you guys vote to accept it, I will finalize the document and then Sue can sign it and Doug Moglen, the chair of select board, can sign it, and then we will start circulating it to the other towns and then it will be official.
So this is something that's been in the works now for a year?
Pretty much since I started, yeah. So probably just under, I'd been here a few months when we started on it, so.
So Terry and Mackenzie, have you looked at it? I mean,
Yeah, I'm looking at it as we speak. So it pretty much just outlines what the responsibilities of each of the towns is. Is
Yep,
that correct? And I see the shared services coordinator.
we're
So it's
trying to
basic,
define-
basically just a backbone, for lack of a better term, for going forward. And is the term a year? Did I miss
I think so, because the contract for our grant is updated annually.
Okay.
That this.
Is there an expiration date on it?
It looks like 25 years. There's something that says it can't exceed 25 years. So, and I'm sure that's expire when the funds, yeah, it's based on the grant.
Yeah,
Okay.
yep,
So now, once this is accepted with all the towns, our minutes, everything, our meetings have to be posted.
yep,
We have to have minutes of the meeting, follow the open meeting law.
yep,
There has to be a quorum when we vote, or there has to be a quorum if we have to have a meeting.
right,
Which is sometimes difficult to get all the representative from all the towns. I'll try to represent our town, but if I can't, I'll ask, Terry or Mackenzie to step in.
Okay.
And Tom can't.
right, because I also cover the town of Montgomery, so I've been trying to get clearance or not clearance, guidance from the state on the conflict of interest. But these IMAs, these shared services grants are all, relatively new across the state. So there's not really any any precedents on that. So they're advising against me with like having a dual role, even though I can't see any time where, you know, the interests of Montgomery would conflict with Southwick, but I guess better safe than sorry. So
Sure. And was that the group that we had the meeting that ended up getting canceled? Is that
Yes.
that group? Okay.
Yep, that was the one. So yeah, if you've had a chance to look at it, if you want to, someone wants to make a motion to accept it, and then I will fill in the dates, remove the watermark, and then either tomorrow or next week I'll get it to Sue and Doug to officially sign.
And already the selectmen have reviewed it.
Yep.
Our
The
town
town-
council has reviewed it.
Yep.
So, it's been reviewed. Is there any discussion? Do you? McKinsey and Terry, you want to take more time to look at it, or do you want to do a vote tonight?
I think it looks pretty standard from my perspective.
How about you,
So I'm
McKinsey?
comfortable. I don't know
Yeah,
about
I feel-
Mackenzie.
I feel comfortable as well.
Okay, so I make a motion that I want to get the right wording here. That we're adopting it, right?
Yep.
It's called adopting it, the IMA, which stands for,
Intermunicipal agreement.
okay, for the Western Hampden County Public Health District, which includes Southwick, Tolland, Granville, Montgomery, Russell, and Blandford.
Yep.
I'll
Do you want-
second.
Okay, Terry second. All in favor?
Mackenzie Kane, yes.
Terry Putnam, yes.
Zubrowski, yes. Okay, so we passed it. And Tom will get it all
Yep.
neat and I'll sign off on it. Okay, we still have some time here. You want to start on your health report?
Sure. All right. So, for septic, starting to pick up again, get busier. The biggest thing this that came up, I guess, end of last week was a Title V inspector had contacted me. He was scheduled to do an inspection on Monday, and the homeowner had said that the system had 5 bedrooms, and the records we had, and the house was only built in 2018, were for a 3-bedroom system. So there was
Plus
some sort of
garbage grinder.
yeah. Oh, and there's a garbage grinder, dish disposal. So that requires you increase the size of the leach field by 50%. So the system is drastically undersized for the size of the home. And the Title V inspector contacted me. He wasn't sure what to do with it. So I reached out to the state, and technically, as far as the Title V inspection was concerned, it passed. The system worked. So he had to pass the system, even knowing there was an issue with it. So the Title V passed, but then it's a violation of Title V. So I issued an enforcement order, basically saying that they need to bring the system up to compliance with Title V. And it's a very large house. So it was listed as 5 bedrooms. Our assessor has it as a 6-bedroom.
Wow.
And I think it probably is a 6-bedroom house. So they're going to have to do a perk test, design either an additional septic system, add on to the system that's there, or remove that and put in a whole brand new system. They'll have to hire an engineer and figure that out, exactly how they're going to do it. It's kind of a tough, not a lot of space on the lot for it. So that just went in the mail yesterday. And it's on the market. I think they already have an offer accepted. So I actually got a phone call from the the buyers. So I've talked to their real estate agent, and everyone's aware of what's going on. And I think I don't know if the owner, the seller, has received my letter yet, but I was told that he's aware of the issue and knows that what needs to be done. So we'll have more on that next month. But that was the violation that I just sent out yesterday. So and then with the violation, I think I included it in the email to you guys. I included the assessor's page, the real estate listing, and the original application where it shows that they had signed it. They had said it was only a 3-bedroom. If it was only a 3-bedroom, everything was done properly. That was either miscommunicated, misrepresented. I don't know exactly how that went down. I wasn't here at the time. So
But did you mention that Brian Pranka had to pass the system because it is
yeah,
functioning?
yeah. So it is functioning. It's just undersized.
It's
So
undersized.
so that was that one. And then 272 Granville Road, that is the I think I had reported on that one last month. There was surface breakout on a mounted system, and it was kind of going onto the neighbor's property. So they have been pumping it regularly. There was a little delay with the last pumping, and so I got a call from the neighbor. So I think we got that straightened back out, and the perk is scheduled for next week. So at least things are moving along there. And that should be done soon. But as long as they pump it enough, it shouldn't cause any issues for the neighbor or for them. It's on their property too. 426 North Loomis Street, I issued the COC. All the paperwork had come in. 246 Feeding Hills Road, that did a repair perk for that one. And if you recall, that one was the house when Tammy was here. That was I don't know if it was ever actually condemned, but I think there was a rat the rat house is what everyone calls it. But that has been it's vacant. Someone bought it who is flipping it, and they have to put in a new septic system there. 61 Hastings Road was a repair system and did the final inspection, still waiting for the paperwork. And 72 Granville Road,
Waiting for
the sign offs and the as-built.
Okay.
And 72 Granville Road is I didn't put it to repair, but same thing there. I did the final and waiting for the paperwork on that one. Still have 5 more minutes before we can start the hearing, so I will keep going. And 80 Bungalow Street, I did re-inspect there, and as we had discussed, it's good news because we're not having a hearing on that one tonight, because that was on the table. But the heat has been restored, the smoke detectors installed, the hot water restored. There are still some violations and issues that need to be done, but the homeowner is getting some help from Highland Valley, and that the other work in the house is still ongoing. So I'm going to be going back in probably a couple weeks to do another inspection and kind of reevaluate. And
So it's just a minor
yeah.
violation.
So at that point, I'll probably, depending on if there's anything left, I would probably issue a new enforcement order on whatever's left, because those major issues have thankfully been taken care of.
Tom, was that the house with the elderly occupant? Okay, thank you.
Yep. And then food service, we have a couple. I already mentioned the frozen dessert licenses and the delinquent malicious. I'm just kidding. He's in the audience, but but no, he's not open, so he's good. And the other two that are currently open, that are year-round establishments, they've put in their applications, and we've issued the licenses. And then we have Lovey's Baked Goods. That is a woman. She's operating out of Delaterra, which is kind of like a shared kitchen that some of the food trucks use as a base of operation. And I think she's going to be kind of doing direct sale, like direct orders, and possibly some like farmers markets and things like that. But
She's selling from there.
yeah, well, she's cooking there, and then she's going to do like delivery. So
Okay.
she'll do, people can put an order and she'll bring it to them. Or they might pick it up there too. Either way. And then Congamon Coffee and Cafe, that is in the same plaza right next door where
Used to be Red's
used to be
Cafe.
Red's Cafe.
No
So
longer.
yep, she just opened I think over the weekend on Saturday. We did the inspections last week with myself and fire and building, and that wasn't changing too much. Definitely cleaned up from looked like what it had been. There was some elbow grease that went into it, but it's a pretty straightforward operation. I think they kind of pared it back from what they had been trying to do before, and that seemed pretty good. And still have 2 minutes. So nothing new on the fog regulations that we had been talking about, but the shared service coordinator, the regional group for the grant voted to make it a full-time position.
Well, no, we said.
Well, yeah, either 30 hours or 37 and a half hours. So either a 4-day or 5-day position, and increase the rate a little bit. So that is posted. There's been a slight issue with Indeed, because there's always an issue with Indeed. But I think a few applications have been trickling in. And one of the previous applicants who we had offered it to, but wanted more hours and money, she's still interested. So that's promising. I think we have at least a few good candidates, and hopefully if the Indeed thing gets sorted out, we will get a few more before we do interviews.
And when is our next meeting?
Next, I think it's next Tuesday. I think it would be the 12th. I think next Tuesday, to double check on that. All right.
And I don't know, Mackenzie and Terry, when we have one of those meetings, do you want Tom to send you a link just in case?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Right up to
for this
6:30.
hearing. So we're gonna have a hearing. I'm gonna pull a chair up. Okay, I'm sit up here. We have to do a little talking and introduce everybody first according to procedure. The purpose of the hearing is to collect information regarding an alleged violation for 105 CMR 665 minimum standards for retail sale of tobacco and electronic nicotine delivery systems. Can I have a motion to go into the hearing, to open the hearing?
I so move.
A second,
I will second that.
all in favor of opening the hearing?
Terry Putnam, yes.
Mackenzie Kane, yes.
Nebraska, yes, so it's, okay. So the hearing, let me introduce our people. I'm Sue Braska.
Tom
Tom
Hibbert,
Hibbert.
Health Director.
Okay, on Zoom is Mackenzie Kane, she's a Board of Health member. Terry Putnam, who's a Board of Health member. JJ, can we have your full name and your title?
Yes, so my name is Jacqueline Prusak, formerly, and I'm a tobacco control officer, and Southwick is one of my towns.
And Donna? but it's Donna, right?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep, gotcha. Sorry about that. I'm Donna Bowman. I'm one of the Pioneer Valley Tobacco Coalition tobacco control officers also.
BOWMAN.
Correct.
And is Meredith on?
I am.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay and see me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, good evening, board. I'm Meredith O'Leary. I am the coordinator for the Pioneer Valley Tobacco Coalition.
Okay, so basically the question is, did a sale take place? Or some other violation of the state law? And if the sale took place, the amount of the fine is mandated by the state. The Board of Health voted on regulations in 2016. The state came out with regulations in 2020, and they supersede ours because they're more stringent.
Okay.
We can't be more lenient. The only thing, so the fine for the first violation is what, $1,000, and the board voted that we have to have a suspension period anywhere between 1 to 30 days. And the board voted 3 days. This is on a previous meeting for the first suspension. So Meredith, we'll turn it over to Meredith and she'll talk about,
Right.
oh, excuse me.
Yes.
You have to introduce yourself.
Yes.
Sorry. Sheila.
Hello, my name is Sahil Patel.
Yeah.
And part owner of the store,
Okay.
Noemi Southwick Food Mart,
Okay.
located at 610 College Highway, Southwick, Mass.
You know what? Do you want to fill in the book there, please?
Yes, yes.
I wonder how that works when people are on Zoom because they can't fill in our book.
I think they'd be recorded on the Zoom.
Okay, so Meredith will speak first.
So Madam Chair, respectfully, I would ask that JJ Prusak give testimony as she was the tobacco control officer that did the compliance check that day, if that's all right. And then if you have questions, I'd be happy to follow up.
Okay. JJ?
Okay, so on Saturday, February 10th of this year at 12:30 p.m., the youth officer entered the Southwick Food Mart located at 610 College Highway with cell phone and a $20 bill. The youth officer was sold a pack of Marlboro Reds by an adult male with darker skin, short dark hair, and on the taller side, wearing a black sweatshirt. Clerk asked the youth for ID. The youth officer said they didn't have it. The clerk said, "No problem, have it on you next time." Youth was charged $13.50. Youth exited the store and returned to the vehicle with cell phone, pack of Marlboros, and $6.50 in change.
Okay, so we're just talking about now whether the sale actually took place, because we can't do anything about the fines. So do you have anything you want to add or?
No, nothing I want to add, but like, so I own the store from 2018. So from 2018 to now, nothing happened. And I just coming back from India yesterday, last night. And so in my absence, this things happen. And me and my wife running the store from last 6 years. So first time we took the vacation in last 6 years to go back to see the family, right? So my just the thing request is this first time, so is possible to just get the warning and just let forgiveness for this first time. Next time not happening because me and my wife will be handling the store working full times. So just requesting this first time. So if anything, then we'll do that.
Okay, does anybody want to add anything? JJ or Donna or Meredith or Mackenzie or Terry or Tom? So the request is to make it be a warning as opposed to
Yeah,
what's mandated.
please. Yes.
Okay, so the board, we have to, if no one has anything else to add? So therefore, we're gonna close the hearing and then we can discuss what
Yeah.
what the
Yes,
penalty
sure.
is.
Yes, sure.
So,
Well,
go ahead.
I guess I would have a question as to whose oversight did this happen under while you guys were away? Do we know who this was that sold this to a minor? Was there any disciplinary action? Like what, well, that would be my question if I had to consider what was the penalty.
Okay.
Not, I don't know if that matters, but
Uh,
And that's a great point, Ms. Kinsey. I'd add also, what kind of education do staff members get when they're hired? Because it's pretty standard. This is a pretty standard violation.
Yes, so when we went India, before I tried to get hiring people, I couldn't find anybody. Finally, my friend recommend one student. He's a 24-year-old, and I hired him until I go back to vacation and come back. But now I don't need it, so me and my wife go back to work again. So on that period, the student, my friend's friend, he's working that time.
So was he instructed how to handle tobacco sales?
He never worked before. First time he worked in convenience store. I couldn't find anybody, so I don't have any option. But I tell him before I go, check minor underage people, ask ID. But that time maybe he forget to ask.
Well,
something.
he did ask.
Okay.
Is that, he did
Ask
ask
something, okay.
and
Yes, somehow,
the minor said
yes.
they didn't have an ID.
yes, yeah.
Any other question or comment?
No.
no thanks.
Okay, so can I have a motion to close the hearing?
I will make a motion to close the hearing.
And I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Terry Putnam, yes.
Mackenzie Kane, yes.
Sue Broski, yes. Okay, so the hearing's closed. Okay, JJ and Donna and Meredith, you can help us with the discussion. So it's mandated by the state that the first violation is $1,000 no matter what.
Correct, yeah, there's no leniency with that. So if there is a sale to a minor, you have to uphold the $1,000 fine,
No matter
Got it.
what.
Okay.
no matter what.
Okay, so
Yeah,
now the board voted previously that the first violation would be 3-day suspension of selling tobacco products. Can the board modify that being a first time warning? And if we do it for one, then we have to do it for others.
Yeah, I would assume the board could do that. I would advise against it. We also have there was another sale that same day, another establishment, and they did not request a hearing, so they will be, unless the board wanted to change the three, this is our kind of our first violation. So unless the board wanted to change the 3-day for everyone, I would think the best thing to do would be that's kind of what we had decided, or what you had decided, and I would think the best thing would be to leave that suspension.
And I would agree with that as well. I mean, there will always be circumstances that have led to whatever has happened. The law allowed us to go up to 7 days, and we chose a lesser of that period of time.
So, that's Meredith, so that is mandated by the state, that we have to have a suspension.
It is, yes. For a sale to a minor, you have to have a suspension between 1 and 30 days for the first offense, and the board chose 3 days. I would echo what Thomas said, that, this is about equity as well. There are going to be extenuating circumstances every time there is a violation. There's going to be a reason for it. And because you want to make sure that there's equity with the suspension period, I wouldn't recommend leniency, because if you do this for one person, you'd have to do it for everyone else in essence. We do education with every single one of our merchants. Our TCOs go out at least one time a year, and they provide them with the current state and local regulations. And, so they're very aware. This law has been affected since June of 2020. They're aware that it's a steep fine and steep suspension periods now for certain violations of the state law. There are things you can do to remediate it at point of sale. You can get machines that you have to swipe a license or an identification card in order to make the purchase. That's kind of foolproof. You can, there are trainings that MHOA provide in multiple languages for sales clerks. There are, you can have a we card all policy. So a lot of our stores that have had issues with employees choosing on whether or not to card because someone might look older, decide to have a we card all policy. That means at every point of sale, everybody's asked for an identification, whether you look 16 or 62. So there are strategies that we discuss with the merchants when we do education. And I just wanted to give you that information.
And you visit, in Southwick, you visit all the establishments once a year?
Yes, yep, we do 2 compliance checks, we do an education check, and we do a pricing survey every single year.
How, the education check, is that the same month every year or?
No, it varies.
All right, so Terry and Mackenzie, do you want to entertain a decision, I guess a motion as to what the penalty is?
I'll move that I'm sorry,
sorry.
Mackenzie, were you
No,
speaking?
you go, Terry, you go.
I move that we put forth the penalty and as outlined in our vote of last month.
Okay, which would be.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that.
So that
Okay,
would be the 3 days and the $1,000 penalty. I mean, it's unfortunate, but based upon all the discussion that we've had, there will be extenuating circumstances for everybody who comes before us. And while we are sorry, we hope that this has kind of identified a gap in the employees' education and things like that to avoid it going forward.
okay, says I'm supposed to close out additional comments, but.
Well, we probably need a second to the motion since I made, I'm sorry.
Mr. Patel just wants to.
Okay.
Say something, I'm let him say something.
Yeah, so I am ready to pay the $1,000 fine, but is there any possible to in suspension period can go down for just for 1 day or something? If select board meeting do it again and do something, I can come back again for meeting for select board. I'm ready for pay $1,000 fine, no problem. Yeah.
So the question was whether we would modify the 3 days to 1 day.
From my perspective, I mean, we've already addressed that from an equity standpoint. So I believe we should leave it at the 3 days. Mackenzie, what do you think?
It's an empathetic no from me.
Okay, so you had made the motion, Terry, and added the fine. Mackenzie, did you second that?
I will second it.
Okay, all in favor of keeping in with the state regulations and the Southwick, our vote for a couple weeks ago. All in favor?
Terry Putnam, yes.
Mackenzie Kane, yes.
Subraska, yes. So it is going to be 3-day suspension. Tom can work with you
Mhm.
as to how to what you have to box up or what you have to do.
Mhm.
Um, so you won't be selling any nicotine products or
Yep.
flavored, what else is there?
So if I may, JJ or Donna or Meredith, if you could, when in the past, when I have, in Westfield previously, had done a tobacco suspension, it was only a 1 day and the store just chose to stay closed. Do you have any advice on how to see whether scheduling when I think the board, because we have another suspension to do as well. I think our board will have to vote on when the suspensions will be served. Is that correct? And then I would assume as the health director, I would go out kind of that first morning and then the first morning, once they can sell again, to confirm everything is off the shelves or,
So that's correct. You do have some leniency here. We like to work with our businesses, if there are better days for them, to remove the tobacco than others, because it has to actually be taken out of the store. So, if he's got more staff support on certain days to take it out and bring it in, that might, be helpful, allowing him to choose the days. But you do have leniency on that. And then, yes, you would do a follow-up visit to make sure that they don't have the tobacco in the stores.
So it can't be just in the back room. It has to be. from
Yeah, the state regulations said it needs to be removed from the premise.
And so Meredith, for my edification, is it 3 consecutive days or say Monday is, okay,
3
got it.
consecutive. Mhm.
Thank you.
So we were thinking of like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. For the first time.
Hmm.
Like maybe the 19th, the 20th, the 21st. How are you staffed? Is there always one person?
Yeah, so end of the month, that will be fine, yeah, like last week, end of the last week, this month. Yeah.
okay. All right, I think the Tuesday would be the 26th.
Okay,
So you're gonna do that,
Yeah,
the 26th?
I'll come in the morning and confirm that everything's been removed.
Yeah.
And then I might stop in again one of the other days, and then the 29th would be when you could resume tobacco sales
I can
again.
put it back.
You could put it back on
29th.
when you open on the March 29th.
29.
Yeah.
Okay,
And we'll put all this in writing for you.
okay,
And you'll get that. So that's plenty of time in advance of when you'll have to serve the suspension.
okay, so 25, 26, 27,
26, 27, 28.
6, 7,
Tuesday,
8,
Yeah.
Wednesday, and
6, 7, 8,
Thursday.
okay.
Yep.
Okay,
And the tobacco would have to be completely removed from the premise.
just pack it in box and take it out,
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay,
just in boxes.
boxes, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Right, does anybody have anything else they'd like to add? No, Terry McKenzie,
No.
Meredith, Donna, JJ? All right. Therefore, I'd like to thank JJ, Donna, and Meredith, I don't know if she's already off, for coming to our meeting and giving us information and helping us out.
You're welcome, very welcome.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And Tom, you can always follow up with me if you have any questions.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, so you'll get something in writing explaining everything.
No
And
problem. Yeah,
too bad, it's very, yeah,
because I'm not here.
Right,
That's the
right.
thing. If I'm here, it's not happening.
Hmm.
Come back last night, I be
Yeah.
applied from India.
But
It's a
if you
nice
can't
nice welcome home.
if you can't find someone to run the store as you would, maybe you should have chose to close the store while you were gone.
One
It's
month,
still
one
it's
month
still
before-
your responsibility whether you're in the country or not.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's your business.
first time we took the vacation
Yeah,
from
I under-
6 years,
I understand.
not even one day off. 6 years, not even one day off. Straight working,
Yeah,
and had to get the store closed and had to
Yeah.
get the suspension because we just surviving right now. After the menthol ban and tobacco bans,
Mhm.
products, flavor ban.
That's right.
Yeah.
Store business is slow down, very slow down.
I understand.
All
That's
right.
why I just come here
Mhm.
personally and just talk regarding that. Yes.
All right.
Well, thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
in,
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
and it was nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Okay, so I think we did that according to procedure.
Yeah, I think so. All right.
Mr. Moglen and Mr. Didi. Hi, just wanted to come and say hi.
I figured it's been a while since I've been in a Board of Health meeting, I'd come say hi. I get to run into Mr. Hibbert in the hallway about every other week or so.
Yeah.
We chat, but I haven't been to a Board of Health meeting in a while, so I figured I'd just stop in and say hi.
Okay. Same with you?
Looks like I picked the wrong night to come to the Board of Health meeting.
No, this was good.
Interesting to watch. I've
Yeah.
never seen this, as a licensed commissioner, we deal with it
Right.
with alcohol sales, very similar process.
Yeah.
right? But it's.
Did we do it right? I mean, went by the procedure.
I mean, it looked good to me, but
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, there's the young lady who was talking, is right, there's always an extenuating circumstance, but it's not an excuse.
Right.
You know,
Right.
okay,
And you had another one you said?
Yep. So the other one, so yeah, we skipped
I think it's
Beetle or
only
something.
the-
Um, we, our things we had before the hearing, we did probably 90% of our meeting, but I had skipped over our other violation was Shibeli's. They did pay their fine already. They didn't request a hearing, but they still have to serve the same 3-day suspension. So, I think the easiest thing for me would be to have them do it on the same 3 days as the other one, and then they're right across the street from each other. I can go check both of them, make sure they're not selling, and then don't have to do everything twice. So
I think that's a good idea, and it makes it a little more convenient for you.
yeah, perfect.
Right.
So if someone wants to do a vote on that, and a motion and all that,
So the motion would be for the suspension to be on Tuesday, starting Tuesday, the 26th, 27th, 28th.
Yep.
And then the 29th, they would reopen. Tom would
check in.
check, he'd go there the 26th in the morning. And then probably later, and then on the 20th, you're gonna go
20.
the Thursday or the Friday?
Probably both.
Probably both.
Yeah.
Um,
I, I so move. If there's no discussion, I so move.
second,
Okay, I will second that.
all in favor?
Terry Putnam, yes.
Mackenzie Kane, yes.
Sue Braska, yes, so voting unanimously, 26th, 27th, and 28th.
All right.
All right.
Perfect. The only other remaining items are we have the PHE grant meeting is next Tuesday, so I'll send that agenda out to you guys. And then I have also been taking I can't remember what the acronym stands for.
PHIT stand for.
It's like public health, maybe public health inspector training. I can't remember the acronym, but it's done by the state, and it's kind of, a lot of it's a repeat for me, but it's good to have the refresher. But it's basically how to do food inspections, enforcement, and all that. And that's kind of part of all the new public health standards that the state has been doing, that they're offering this course now. So
So is it, how often is?
it was Tuesday, Thursday last week from 12:30 to 4:30, and then the last section was today.
It's today, okay.
And then I probably have 20-30 hours of self-guided, like hour-long sessions that I have to do. And then there will be a field examination at the end.
And how much credit do you get for this?
I think a lot. I don't even know how many hours, but
How many hours do you need a year?
12. I think I'll have way more than that when this is all done. So, but it's been good information so far. It'll be helpful. And then with that, I think we're also with the PHE grant, we're also almost up and running and getting the trainings for our inspection software. That should be happening pretty soon. I've been talking to the company to get everything finalized with that. So so with all my new information from the course and our inspection software, I'll be able to.
You're using it already.
Yeah, I've been dabbling a little bit, but it's I did one mobile food inspection with it, and it was not having had I was able to do it really easily for housing, but not having had the training for how to use the software for food, it felt a little more clunky than just filling out the paper. So so I think I will hopefully get the training for the software soon and be able to start using that. So but that's all I got.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
And that's wonderful. Thank you for doing that. What about the secretary? What are we going to be interviewing? How does that? How do you
Yes.
get that? How do we get that help?
That was it's a full-time position. And it's some hours in health, some hours in planning, and then some hours as kind of a floater for whoever in whatever department in the building needs help. So the Nadine from HR is doing the hiring on that. And I think it's also a union position. So I think there was a couple things they had to discuss with that, but that should be getting posted, and hopefully it won't be too long before we get that position.
So it's gonna remain a full-time.
Yeah, that's as far as I know, that's the plan. And that will be easier to fill than trying to fill those. Last year it was impossible when we were looking for someone for the 10-hour position. So
Sure.
so hopefully that will not take too long, but
Who will train this person?
yeah. We have the guide. I've had to learn all of since I went so long without last year. I know all the purchasing stuff, and Karen's very helpful. So I think we can do train by committee. I think there's a few of us that can, and since it's a shared position, a lot of the stuff is the same. So they'll be doing a lot of minutes for planning. So they'll can learn from various people in the building. So
Right. Anything else? Mackenzie, do you have anything?
No, thank you.
All right. Could I have a motion to adjourn at 7 o'clock?
I'll make a motion to adjourn at 7 o'clock.
And I'll second.
All in favor?
Terry
Oh.
Putnam, yes.
I want to add
Kenzie
the
Kane.
meeting's April 4th. Okay, go ahead.
Mackenzie Kane, yes.
Terry Putnam, yes.
Sue Broska, yes. All in favor.
all right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Hi, guys.